Aloha everyone, I am Carrie and I'm back with another pick a card reading, and today the topic is what do you need to understand? I often ask and do pick a cards on what do we need to know, but I was like, what do we need to understand? Like maybe we know it but we don't fully understand. Like maybe there's a little bit more explanation, a little bit more depth that we could use when it comes to this thing or this concept. Like maybe we're just not grasping yet. So I wanted to ask this question, what do we need to understand? Maybe something even that you can just look at again. Maybe you thought you knew, but you don't really know. It's like you think you know, but you don't really know. That's what I'm trying to look for, what we need to understand. So I am using this deck, the Modern Witch Tarot deck. I really like this one just because of the diversity of pictures, especially because it's modern and it gives some of the modern twists on things, which for me just helps me when I'm reading. It's like, okay, it helps bring it into real life. So really love this deck. I have 3 piles here. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So you can go ahead and pick your card while I just say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, all of that wonderful stuff. Just thank you for your support. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, so let's get started with pile number 1. All right, pile 1, what do you need to understand? Just gonna lay them on out. I just heard, and all you're getting understanding. This is something they used to say in church a lot. And all you're getting, get an understanding. I don't know if you heard that when you were growing up, or if that's something that you or your family members say, but I'm hearing that. It's kind of like when you go out in the world and you want to like achieve, you want to make money, make a name for yourself. It's kind of like instead of, well, not even say instead of, but while you're doing all that, make sure you're understanding. Make sure you're gaining some knowledge from it. Okay, I want to scoot all of this over. There we go. So we got the 9 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, the Magician, and the 6 of Cups. The top row, clarified by the Chariot, the Hierophant, Page of Pentacles, and 2 of Wands. Lots of Pentacles here. Let's think about what this means. So pile 1, this reading is interesting because I'm kind of seeing 2 levels of things happening. It's like things that are happening in the physical world and things that are happening like in the, I guess, spiritual or mental level. It's like the reason behind the reality is what I'm getting. For example, this is kind of talking about what drives your actions, why you're doing what you're doing. Like maybe you're somebody who really puts their head down and goes to the grindstone, or sorry, nose to the grindstone. Is that the saying? Like you just got your head down, working hard, putting the work in, doing what you need to do, bringing in the money. It doesn't even have to be money, but it's like when I think of work, I'm really thinking of you're trying to achieve something. You're trying to like save up for something. You're trying to create something. You're trying to like make sure you have enough for some reason or purpose. That normally is the driver behind why we work really, really hard. And I really see that you're doing that here. And there's an emphasis in this reading of you needing to understand why you're working so hard. Like, yes, money is the thing, the outcome that you'll get, but why do you need that money? Why is it so important to you? What need is it fulfilling for you? It's really asking you to look into, like, deeper into the reasoning behind everything. And not just because it helps you to stay oriented on your path, but because it's going to help you know, it's going to help you know when you find it, but it's also going to like bring you joy. There's many different reasons why you need to know. Let me just start here with the cards. We've got 9 of Pentacles in the Chariot. So 9 of Pentacles, you see this person in this garden, they're looking happy because it's like, look at my fruits that I am bearing from all of the work that I've put in. Look at my fruits. I'm very happy about the things that I'm bearing. And it's like that being clarified by the Chariot is it's moving you forward. So like the good outcomes and the things that you have been planting, so you reaping what you have sown, it's helping you to move forward. So it's like you want to move forward in that same energy. So you're going to continue to do the same things that you were doing to get and create and make this what is the word I want to use, prosperity. You're going to continue to do the things that are going to help you receive this same outcome. It's like I'm going to put the work in, get it back out, put it in, get it back out. But because I see this Eight of Pentacles, which is you, again, nose to the grindstone, putting in that work, being clarified by the Hierophant. The Hierophant is like your connection with God. It's like you and God, you going to God and being like, hey, God, what's up? What do I need to be doing? Because I'm seeing this in association with you putting your nose down and doing, or your head down and doing the work, I'm really just thinking about you consulting back to the reason why you're doing this work. It's like, why am I doing this work? So that I can make sure I am oriented in the right direction. So that I can make sure I'm getting enough from whatever product I'm putting out. I'm getting enough out of whatever product I'm putting out there in the world. Make sure that I am on the right track. And I'm going to know because I keep consulting back here. And it's like, okay, so I should have this much, and this should go here, and these people should be involved. It's like kind of getting the instructions from God or from your higher power, or from the reason that you're doing the thing that you're doing. And I really see you just putting in the work, making sure that your focus is in the right place. And then we have the Magician clarified by the Page of Pentacles. So it's like, okay, now that I have put in all of this work, I have everything set up the way I wanted to be set up, let me now use whatever that I'm getting back from this work. Let me use that moving forward towards my own ends, like towards my own gain, towards whatever it is that I want to use it for. And for you to know what you want to use it for, you would really need to be connected with your higher power. It's like I'm seeing the Magician in this Page of Pentacles being like, okay, so now that I have whatever it is that I have been working on and planting and working hard for, and like saving up and gaining even new skills for, I want to alchemize that and put it towards something else like that I've really been working for. So it's kind of like, why are you working hard? Why are you doing this? You know, money's great, but if you just have a pile of money, then what will you be doing with that money? Like, money's just like the in-between. It's the go-betweens. But how are you gonna alchemize that money to work for you? Because there's so many pentacles here. I just really see that it's money, or even skills gained. Like if you've gone to school, or if you've even trained, if you've been exercising for a marathon or something, if you've been going to school to get a degree, what is the degree for? Like, what are all of these hours spent for? And that's what I'm seeing the need for you to understand. Like, you have this stockpile of whatever it is, resources, let's say. And the question is, what do you need to understand about why you have it, why you're working so hard for it? What is it going to go towards? It's just the difference of us just living our lives just to make money, and the difference of us living our lives to do things that bring us joy. Like, do you remember why you're doing this? So do you go to work every day like, oh my God, I hate being here? If you go to work every day like, oh my gosh, today I am one step closer to whatever end goal it is that I want. I'm one step closer to being able to be retired and spending more time with my grandkids. I'm one step closer to that vacation that I have been saving for. I am one step closer to starting my own business because I am putting money to the side while I'm doing this. I'm one step closer to me knowing how to do X, Y, and Z. Like, me knowing, like, within myself how to be the best copywriter I can be. Like, it's one step closer of me being a master at my skill, of my craft. Like, they want you to step back and ask yourself why you're doing this. And remember, because you know why, just remembering is going to be so much easier when you're moving forward. Yes, to orient you in the right direction, but also, like, for your feelings. It is Pisces season. Right now, I am feeling so many emotions. I feel them more strongly, but it just helps me to understand how I'm feeling in every moment. It's like, oh wow, I got upset by this thing. And I do know that this thing upsets me, but I kind of forgot how it feels. I'm so used to being upset in this way because, oh no, the light changed red when I thought I had it. Type energy. Oh wow, that really upset me. That's something that I experience every day, but now today I'm really feeling my feelings more because it's Pisces season, and that's just how it works for me. But I don't know how I got off on that tangent. But it's gonna help your feelings every day, you know? If you can go to work and remember that goal that you had in mind, you're gonna go to work with so much more joy. And we can think that is a small thing, like, oh yeah, I'll go to work with more joy, but that can make all the difference. It can change your entire energy. It can change the way you interact with people. It can change yourself and how you feel every day. I mean, if you're happier, your experiences are going to be happier experiences. You're just going to be on a higher level, higher frequency, and that's what we're doing. That's what we want for this world. We want to bring that energy up higher, the frequency up higher. Let's do it in ways that are simple and easy for us by just remembering why we're here. Not being upset about, oh my gosh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But like, yes, I'm one step closer. I'm almost there. These are my goals. I'm so excited to achieve them. And that's what I see here in this Six of Cups, Two of Wands. It's like the energy of waiting for this thing that you have, like this seed that you have planted, this idea you have had, this desire that you've wanted for so long. It's like, I'm waiting for that to come in. That's what you need to understand. Like, all of this is for a reason. I'm not just out here working hard because that's what I'm supposed to do. Like, no, I'm doing this for me, for this specific reason, because I want this, because I'm going to achieve that, because, you know, it's such a much more interesting, better, exciting energy when you can go to work oriented, like, this is what I'm ready to do. When you can go out in the world like, yep, this is why I'm here. I came to the grocery store today because I want to get these groceries because I'm very excited. I'm about to make spaghetti and meatballs. I love spaghetti and meatballs. But for me to make it, it requires me to go and buy these ingredients. So I'm going to be happy about my trip there because I know the reason that I went to the store is for something that's going to make me so happy. So the entire process can be joy filled rather than at the end, it's like the last 10 minutes, however long it takes you to eat, is when you're actually eating the meal, can be the only source of enjoyment instead of just that little part of it. The whole process can be a source of enjoyment. Like, okay, I'm about to go to the store. I got my list. I'm about to check everything off. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to see all the different types of meats they got there. Maybe I'll try something different. Maybe I'll find me a new seasoning to use. Like, it's just a way in which you can do it rather than being like, oh, I gotta go to the store so I can make my favorite meal. Ugh. Rather than that, being like, yes, I'm gonna go to the store because I'm gonna make my favorite meal. I'm gonna find these things. I'm gonna see this lady I see every day in the store and be like, hey, lady who works here, do you remember me? How you doing? You know, just a way to change your energy to make your life more joyful and happy. So that is what. Sorry, I got really excited. That is what you need to understand. It's a different way in which you can go about doing this. Yes, you're going to be working hard. You will be working hard either way because you have goals that you want to achieve. But you can work hard and be joyful at the same time. Pile one. Okay, that's your reading. We're going to move on to pile two. Okay, pile two. What do you need to understand? So we've got the Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, everything is fine, which is the Ten of Swords, but it's actually, there's a Ten of Swords in here too, so it is everything is fine. And then the Fool. And then we have Knight of Pentacles, Four of Swords, King of Swords, and the Five of Swords. Lots of swords here. What you need to understand, pile two, is that this is a part of the process. So let's start here. Queen of Pentacles, clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. So the Queen, she's already on her throne. She's already got what she needs. You know, she's got what she needs and she's able to nurture it to create more too if she needs more. Like, she's on the top of her game. The only thing that's higher, and I'm not even sure if it's actually higher, would be the King of Pentacles. I don't even think it's higher. It's kind of like the same energy, just in masculine form. So the Queen of Pentacles, she's made it basically when it comes to Pentacles anyway. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, clarifying that. You see the Knight has the Pentacle in his hand. And it's like a movement, energy of movement, moving on to the next thing. Kind of like taking your talents, taking your talents to the next place because you need to learn something different, right? It's like, okay, in this arena, I'm great at what it is that I do. I'm at the top of my game. But now it's time for me to move on to learn something different. And that's what I see here in the Eight of Cups clarifying by the Four of Swords. Right now, you might be in this period of transition where you're moving on from, and because it's cups, it's like an emotional thing. So maybe you have been surrounded by everyone that you love the most. Every like the situation that you're in, you're so stable, like you know it so well. It does not really require you to think too hard, work too hard, do too much. Like you're just floating, coasting, basically in it. And you have not really been challenged in that place. So there's a need for you to move forward, and maybe you're being pushed into this because, spirit, they want you to grow. Because this is like an energy of expansion. You're moving forward into something new. But because it's very uncomfortable, because we see this Eight of Cups here, which has to do with emotions, it's like an emotional move. So it's just not, when I think sometimes of emotions, I think of happiness. Like you might not necessarily be happy doing this. Maybe you're in a transition, and when we're in transition, it can be very uncomfortable. It's like it's not what it used to be, but it's not what it's gonna be yet. And I'm just in between, kind of feeling like I'm in limbo. What's going on? Like, can I just be stable and steady? But it's like, no, not yet. You can't be stable because you're in transition. If you get stable in the transition, then you're not going to be able to move forward into the next thing. You got to finish the process. But it can be uncomfortable. And I'm seeing the Four of Swords here where I'm seeing the discomfort. So normally Four of Swords is about resting and relaxation. But you see this lady, she's got her hand over her head, her hand over her stomach. It's just like when you get headaches and stomach aches, it's like your gut is not happy. It's like, ugh, I don't know. I'm uncertain. I'm unclear. And then your head is like, I'm thinking too hard. There's too many possibilities running through my mind. Like it's just a lot of discomfort and anxiety and irritation going on. But what it is that you need to know is that everything is fine. I love that. Honestly, I'm really getting the energy of like if literally the place that you have been before, or maybe you're still there now because things haven't transitioned for you, and maybe you're like resisting this. It's like what you need to know is that you have wherever it is that you are right now or have been, you've completed that. You've learned as much as you can learn there, and now it's time for you to move on to something different, to level up, and not necessarily mean leaving whatever the situation is behind, but maybe even like playing a different role in that. So whether that's a family or a job or like even a place that you live, like playing a different role. Maybe you were the person who leased the building. Now you are the one who is, what is it called? Like the owner, the one who people are leasing from. It's like changing your role in that situation. It can be uncomfortable because it's the unknown. And I'm seeing this, everything is fine, being clarified by this King of Swords. It's like, you need to master your mind. Everything is fine, but it doesn't feel like it because look at you with these swords in your body. But those are mental swords. Like that's swords that you're using yourself to stab yourself with mentally. This is you doubting yourself. This isn't you thinking you're not good enough. This is you saying, why would you even try to do that? You don't know enough. You don't know, like the things that we say to ourselves. When literally everything is fine, the way has been cleared for you. It's just waiting for you to step up and do it. So it's like, you need to know that it's time for you to master your mind in whatever thing that there is, because it's like an opportunity for you to step up to do something new. It's an opportunity for you to move forward and move on from where you have been to something better. And maybe it is other people too, who are contributing to this, you not believing in yourself mindset, like this self-sabotaging mindset. And it's like the next step for you is to start clearing up these swords. Clear out your mind, like confirm your beliefs. What do you know to be true? Why do you think you're not good enough? Like what is it that's holding you back? What are those beliefs? Let's clear them away and let's really move towards the truth. And even if it's people in your life who are making you doubt yourself, who are like contributing to this, what you need to know is that's not true. It's like everything is fine. If it's fine, then this cannot be real. This woman cannot be sitting here stabbed with all these swords. It's not real. And understanding that that's not real, that's not true. These things that you're saying about yourself, that people are saying about you, that you have heard on the grapevine, because I am kind of getting the energy of haters. It's like, that is not real and that's not true. But you cannot allow any of this stuff, any of these doubts, to stop you on your path forward, because then you're going to stay in the same spot. It's kind of like spinning wheel. But there's all this energy of opportunity here. It's time to move on, move forward, to like take the opportunity, whatever you're being called to step up and to do. It's time for you to step up and do that. Don't let these people like bring you down. Don't let doubts, don't let circumstances and situations, don't let like the way that somebody else is doing it hinder you. It's like, I can't do it like that. Well, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to do it how you're supposed to do it. Like how you feel is best. You know, it's not your job to be someone else at all. Even if it's like you're being called to mentor somebody, let's say, in something that you like, you might not feel that you're qualified to do. But really sit and look and ask yourself why you're being called to do this thing. Like, why am I being called to do this? Maybe it has something to do with the other qualities that you have. Maybe you're somebody who is a good role model and leader anyway, who doesn't have that position. And the other people, the other candidates, they have nothing on you because, yes, they might have like the experience in mentoring other people, but when it comes to the values and the way you put forth and the way people trust you and etc., like maybe that is the thing that they're calling you for. So you have whole different attributes than people who have done this before. So not comparing yourself to others or feeling like you have to hold up to some standard that someone else has for you when you're not supposed to. Like, you're supposed to be like a completely different energy coming through there. Because when I see the Fool in this Five of Swords here, I really see you defeating all of those self-depreciating thoughts, or even things that people have cast on you, like, oh, they're not good enough. They only been in this position for a year. They've only known this person for two months. Why would they change their relationship status? Like, don't worry about that. Do your own thing. Do what resonates with you. You know, take the next step that you feel called to do, because this is about you. It's like all of these doubts in your mind, if they have not been confirmed in the real world, they're not true. It's just mind things running around in your mind. Really ask yourself what the truth is and why it is that you may or may not believe these things. Does it have to do with what somebody else said? Does it have to do with like your mind catastrophizing, thinking of all the bad things that could possibly happen? Or does it have any basis in reality? That's where I see the Fool coming here. It's like, what you need to know is that you have everything that you need to do this thing. As a matter of fact, you can step forward like the Fool and cast off all of these doubts and things that people have projected onto you and move forward. Like, you can move forward without these things dragging you down. That's what you need to know, or understand. Because I think maybe you might be stuck in this loop of thinking of all these negative things that could happen, but it's just like mastering your mind. And I don't think mastering your mind is like every time you come up or every time you think of those things saying, bad me, I need to stop thinking that. I am sabotaging myself. But allow those things, like, okay, I see that thought. I see myself saying I'm not good enough. I remember where that came from. I remember why I think I'm not good enough. It's because I don't feel like I've been told that I'm not good enough, or told that I'm good enough times. And so I tend to believe that I'm not good enough. But that has nothing to do with reality and the fact that I'm good at what I do. I always step up. You know? Just remember the truth. That can easily help you get past these beliefs. These beliefs that are not real. Even the anxiety, because for me, when anxiety comes up, I just let it come up. It's like, oof, I feel anxiety because this is new to me. This is scary to me. And I can just acknowledge, oh, there's the anxiety. It's there. It always is. Because it's new. I can feel it in my stomach. I feel that. Okay, but everything's fine and I know it. Because I know in my mind, in the reality of the situation, I always step up. I always put my best foot forward. I'm a great role model. I'm a great example. I'm a great partner. I'm a great employee. I'm a great manager. I know the truth of the situation, and my actions, they speak for themselves. These doubts in my mind are only the unknown. I don't have to allow that to rule me. People saying things behind my back are only because they haven't seen me in this role. They have no basis to stand on. They can't say that, oh, she's not qualified. They've never seen me. Have you seen me do it? No, because I haven't done it before. Let's get some evidence before we believe that you're not qualified, or that they don't know you enough, or etc. Whatever. I don't know what people say. It's not my concern. But really making sure that you understand that these are just thoughts. It's not the truth. And remembering what the truth is for you. What you always and constantly do. Remember your good qualities. The things about you that, like, oh, this is why people want to be around me. This is why they've said, like, they've offered me this. This is why I was asked that, or asked to go here, asked to show up in this way. This is why, because of these qualities that I have. All these other things are just doubts, and they're just like, I don't know, cloud. They're not real. They don't have any substance in reality. Okay, that's what you need to understand. That's why you're having these feelings, because it's unknown. But that does not mean that any of those feelings are true. Just feelings. Master your mind. Know that you can do it and move forth. Move forth without the doubts. I mean, even if the doubts have to come with you, don't allow them to hold you down and like affect your actions. Act upon who you are and your good qualities that you have and the things that you know you can do well because you've been doing that. Keep doing that. Okay, pile 2. That is your reading. Okay, pile 3. What do you need to understand? So we got the Queen of Swords, Death, the Lovers, Queen of Cups, and that's being clarified by the High Priestess, Six of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. It's been so cool. What do you need to understand is that you're going through a change right now. Maybe you don't understand this, and it's just you don't see the way forward clearly. But it's like a switch up in the way you operate, let's say. So let's start this side. Queen of Swords, clarified by the High Priestess. If you resonate with being highly intuitive or someone who is very much like focused on their goals or focused on their direction forward, like whatever that direction might be for you, like somebody who basically doesn't play, because that's the Queen of Swords. She does not play around. She gets what she wants. She's cutthroat. She will like, this is what I want. I'm gonna get it. Like very specific. This thing right here knows what she wants type energy. But I'm kind of really feeling like, especially because I'm seeing her the first card and she's directing the energy like this, it's like, I'm going this way. This is the way I'm going. Nobody can stop me. And that's being clarified by the High Priestess. It's like she knows that this is the right way she should go. Like it has been divinely ordained for her. Like, especially if you're intuitive and you reach out to your higher power, like she's gotten the instructions. This is the way to go. And nothing's gonna get in the Queen of Swords way. But because it's like she's walking right straight into death, it's like, whoa, that's a major, like kind of like a brick wall type energy. Because it's endings. That's what I see death as, endings. And of course new beginnings, because you see this little sun coming up here. It's like this whatever the way this thing is ending, whatever this thing is ending is going to end. Whatever the way that you're operating is going to end. And it can even be this type of energy, this Queen of Swords. Must have it my way. It has to be like this right now. I want it now. You must be the one to give it to me. And it has to be done this way with this presentation. Like that kind of very forceful, specific energy could be ending. It could be the thing that's ending. Or you're just directing yourself in this direction because you know which way to go. Either way, it's ending. It's done. And it's a rebalance. Like I see this is like the scales, not even saying the scales balancing, but it's kind of like an exchange of energy. Maybe exchanging from this type of Queen of Swords energy to a whole different energy. Because the next two cards we have are the Lovers and the Knight of Cups. It can be more heart-based type energy. But you're walking head first into this. And that is what you need to understand, pile 3. It might not be comfortable. Or maybe you walking head first into this because you just like that type of person who will walk into it with your head up, but you might see that like, what is this? This doesn't look like something I need to do. Why am I being led here? Why am I being called to be here? Like what? Help me understand. Like that might be what you have been asking for. And this is going to help give you clarity to understand that this is not supposed to feel like it's felt before. It's not supposed to look right, quote unquote, because if you're still in this energy, then where you're going is not going to look correct. Where you're going is going to maybe go against everything that you have ever believed in, because it's going to require you to completely switch up your energy from that of command and control to like the Lovers. And I really think sometimes love is surrender. like surrendering to what is, surrendering to who people are in your life and the roles that they play, and surrendering to you and being yourself and the role that you play and the way that you show up in the world and interact. Like acceptance and allowing yourself to be you as well. So it's like a new beginning, it's a fresh start. I just saw 0, 0, but like a fresh start, and moving forward. Like look at this death horse, and then look at this horse. It's like horse is going the same direction. It's just like a what is the word I want to use? Transmutation? Maybe not even that. A transfiguration, like the completely changing of the energies. So of course we have the lovers here. I always think about two things coming together with the lovers, but it can be mindsets, it can be people, it can be places, things, whatever. Just things coming together to like balance each other out. Because I'm seeing that being clarified by the Knight of Cups. I'm really feeling like the way, like literally the way in which you love is going to change. So you could be a codependent person right now, and then you're going to go into a situation and that's not going to work. It's just not. So you're going to have to completely change the way you do that. You're going to have to figure it out because it's going to happen pretty quickly, especially with this death. It's like the way that you're walking into it's like fast. So this death happening, it's going to happen quickly to where you have to switch up your tactics of loving. It's just going to have to be done. And I won't say completely because you're starting at a night here, and that's not, like, it's a little immature, but it's not ignorant. You know some things. But it's just going to call you to maybe take some of the habits that you've had before. They're just going to have to go. Maybe even the way in which you've expressed your love before. It's just not going to work in this environment. Some of the things that you are normally used to doing. It could be like the last few, maybe you have been transforming, but it's like the last few things is about to end for you right now. Those are the things that are going to die. But we have this Knight of Cups. The Knight is not always steady on their horse. In this picture, the Knight, whoop, see, I'm dropping my, I'm dropping my light. In this picture, the Knight is looking steady, but normally when I see Knight of Cups, I see a knight who is going too fast, who's spilling the water out of the cup, who is struggling. But this picture, this time, this knight is focused on their cup. They're like, I'm not going to let this spill. I might not know exactly what to do, and I might not be mature in this just yet, but I am going to focus. And so it's really reminding me of this Queen of Swords energy, but being transmuted to cups now. It's like having that same focus that you have as a Queen of Swords. Now, focus on your cup. Focus on emotions. Focus on love. Focus on the heart chakra. Imagine coming from your head to your heart. That's a big deal. I don't know what type of ending or death would have to happen. Like, ending of a situation would have to happen for that to occur. But if you're going through that right now, you're going to understand that this is why it's supposed to change you in a big way. I know people have talked about being changed by having kids, being changed by being in like different environments. For example, like if you are normally used to being on your own and then you have to be in an environment around a lot of people, you cannot love the same way because you have more people to think about. Same thing if you're used to being around a lot of people, going down to just a few, it's going to be a completely different way you look at those people. You focus on those people. You give attention or not attention to those people. So it's just a completely different way of moving forward with your heart chakra and other people's hearts, because this is a relationship. I see the lovers as two, at least two, coming together. And then we have the Queen of Cups being clarified by the King of Pentacles. So this is fun. Maybe before, especially because on this side, I don't even see any cups. We're not even talking about love or the heart chakra. So maybe before that was not like something that was important to you, or maybe in that, like before, in that energy, you weren't comfortable with emotions or even talking about them, feeling them, whatever. You weren't comfortable even accepting them. But in this, because we have the Queen of Cups, who is very, very sensitive, being clarified by the King of Pentacles, it's almost giving me that King of Cups energy. So like the King of Pentacles is comfortable on their throne. They got everything they need. The King of Pentacles does not fear losing anything, because the King of Pentacles knows that they have it. It's not that they are reliant on the big pile of money. They're reliant on themselves and their abilities and their skills and their like the things that they have put into action. It's like, I've set myself up properly. I've set myself up for success. Like, this isn't a fluke. This isn't something that can just be taken away from me. This is what I have set myself up for. I've built this. So I'm stable, I'm steady, I'm comfortable because I did this. Like, I set it up to be that way. And it is so. So having that kind of stability and comfort when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to like your heart chakra, your emotional well-being, like that's the type of energy I'm seeing that you would be having after this change is occurring. I think that's what you need to understand. Like, whatever you're walking into that you don't see or you don't understand, you're not sure why you got to go through this, but you see it coming, but you're like, okay, but why though? It's because of this. It's because it's going to completely help you change and be more stable in your own emotions. And because it's being clarified by the King of Pentacles, this could literally not have anything to do with a relationship between you and one person. It could be a whole completely different type of relationship. Say you got a dog or something, and then your dog opened up your heart in ways that your relationship with a person never did. But the relationship with the dog is opening those pathways for you to start loving a human being better. Because it's teaching you, this dog is teaching you, or cat is teaching you, or whatever animal. Say, for example, you never really had a great relationship with your family, but now you have a significant other in your life, and their family is teaching you how to love in this way, like familial love, like more healthy ways of loving in that way. So you were learning, I don't know why I keep knocking this over. So you were learning that pathway, but kind of like through a different avenue, right? It's not direct. Same thing because I'm seeing Pentacles too. It could be your job. You might not like people at all, but because they paying you to be out here around these people, you are learning how to deal. You know, you're learning how to cope. Maybe the thing is that you didn't like people because you didn't understand them, and there are many emotions, and you know how people can be this way one day and next day completely different. But you're understanding how because you're seeing the nuance and the depth of humans because you're around them every day, because you will go for this check, and because you're there for that check, you see and understand the people. And you're like, oh, I get why. I get why you completely switched up. You had a really bad day yesterday. I saw it. I witnessed that. And I see it's taking you time to come back from that. So today you're still not right. I'm understanding you now, okay, because I'm being around you instead of going away from you like I normally would. But because I'm getting this check, I'm here. So I see it. But it's completely different ways of loving. Like, it's basically you're going to be put in a new situation. I'm really saying, because I'm seeing this traveling, I'm like, you're in a new situation. Something has changed for you when it comes to love. And you're seeing it, like your third eye is open. You see it coming, but you just don't get it. And I think you understanding that it's all for the higher, like it's all for your best good. It's all for you to learn something different that you just don't know yet because you haven't been put into that situation, or you just don't know yet because you haven't been in a situation that you were okay with letting your guard down. Like, this is going to be something that you're okay with because it's going to be equal to you. It's like, it's going to help you open up. Maybe you have a big, huge heart, but you haven't been anywhere with people who have hearts like you, so you've learned to close it off. And now finally you're going to be in a place with people who also have big, huge hearts, and you're going to say, oh, wow. It's okay for me to slowly open up because it's going to take me time to understand how to do that with this Knight of Cups. But I'm about to be the Queen of Cups. I'm about to conquer that. I might be sensitive. I'm going to learn how to work with my sensitivity instead of against it. But to me, especially because I'm seeing this Pentacles, and sometimes I associate with that with education. There we go. Then you're going to be learning or processing or understanding or being put in a place in which using your mind is not going to be the thing. You're going to have to start with your heart. You're going to have to like open that up and use that muscle and learn how to use it better in a higher way. Because you do have the Knight of Cups, so you're not a novice, but you're not great at it either. So you're learning. And I think it's beautiful, Pile 3. That's what you need to understand, that you are being put in a different situation so that you can unlock something deep within your heart. And I won't even say unlock because I don't feel like it's locked up, but it's like the situation just has never been such for you to let that part out, for you to even need to use that part. But now you're going to be using it. Now you're going to be learning differently or understanding better your heart, human beings, emotions, all that. Okay, Pile 3, thank you so much for watching this reading. I will see you all in the next one.